but not a pain pill. About to put rims on my skateboard wheel. Yeah, beat that pussy up like Emmett Till. Yeah.
This is a war, and these cats are sorcerers, and we need to take it. I know the words magic and sorcery takes people to make you think that I'm talking about the Eastwick Chronicles or Harry Potter, but this is real, because it's affecting our babies. This is a war.
Please listen to my demo. 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 Please listen to my demo.
I feel that, but why we gotta wait for the CD then?
Don't you want it real good?
Yeah, but he want it real good.
Don't you want it real good?
Yeah, but he want it real good.
Don't you want it real good?
Yeah, but he want it real good. He been gave it to you like 2 years ago. I feel that, but why we gotta wait for the CD then?
Don't you want it real good?
A nigga told me, the record company's the pimp, the artist is the hoe, the stage is the corner, and the audience is the trick.
Incredible young nigga, you can't believe I'm just one nigga. Goddamn, I've gotten bigger, intellect superior. Walk in the room and make the whole interior inferior. If you look me in my eyes, you might fuck around and lose control of your mind, body, and your soul. Grab a hold, undisputed on the microphone. What you think? If you wig, I'll make you extinct. Did you blink? Did you ever drink your own brain matter? Shotgun enema, this ain't no cinema. All praises due to the creator. For this man here, there ain't no nigga stand near truth. Inventor of the W, what you wanna do? I got the red and the blue. Show me one nigga dedicated to raps. I'll show you 10 niggas dedicated to snaps. Record company, death trap, setting decoys. Just a pimp young B-boys with a couple of yak. Studio contact, maniac with a contract. Return of the bass and the motherfucking treble. About to do a deal with the devil for my vocal level. Bullshit points. Plus he wanna rub it in and take all my publishing. Goddamn, do I take it up the rectum just to rock the spectrum? Give up a right arm just to do the form? Hell no. All you motherfuckers gon' leave this bitch limping. No more. Record company pimping. No more. 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 No more. No more. No more. You ain't pimping me. I ain't pimping you. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. So what we gonna do? Can I holla at you? Holla at you. Pimpin' me. Please listen to my demo. I ain't pimpin' you. Please listen to my demo. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. So what we gonna do? Can I holla at you? Holla at you. I'ma keep it simple. It went from please listen to my demo to get your ass out my limo. Stretch presidential. It's essential cause the record company will have your ass in a rental if you let them. You had to behead them. Contracts you never read them. CEOs you never met them. Sent to an attorney. Bernstein and Bernie. Nigga that's his lawyer. Ain't got nothing for you. Treat you like their employer. I'm a warrior. Bite you in the ass like a Georgetown lawyer. When they ignore your calls you got to hold your balls. Catch your motherfucker slipping in bathroom stalls. And then you show them that you ain't a rookie. Let them know that you rather have more points than more pussy. Pimp turn bookie. Now how the fuck I getting so much debt? Goddamn, we just met. We said welcome to the rap game.
Fuck a beat. Listen to the words in the damn song.
I think most rap music is shit nowadays. There's no poetry in it anymore. This is just cursing. This is all I hear when I hear rap. Motherfucker hoe, bitch, motherfucker hoe. Fuck you, bitch, motherfucker, bitch, hoe. Suck my dick, bitch, motherfucker hoe. I ain't got a big fat fuck. Dick, dick, dick. Suck my dick, bitch, motherfucker hoe. Fuck you, motherfucker, bitch, motherfucker. Fuck you, motherfucker, bitch, motherfucker. Dick, dick. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, dick, dick, motherfucker. Nigga, bitch. Nigga, bitch. Nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch. Fuck you, nigga, bitch, hoe. Fuck you, diamonds. Bitch, hoe, fuck you, hoe.
Noble facility has been desecrated by hooligans. Someone will pay dearly for this.
Sir, the stress reader is inside being immobilized as we speak.
Behaving.
Shit!
Behaving.
Don't worry, I'll get you with the next shot.
I don't think so.
Behaving.
No kiss, no bang, bang. No kiss, no bang, bang.
Behaving. Behaving.
No kiss, no bang, bang.
Behaving.
And you were doing so well.
Behaving.
Now, don't you have a job to do?
Behaving.
Huh? Isn't there a thought repeating in that barbaric brain of yours? The name Friendly. Mr. Edgar Friendly. Don't you have someone to kill? Don't you have someone to kill?
Behaving.
Don't you have someone to kill?
Behaving.
Don't you have someone to kill?
Yeah, I do.
Excellent.
Behaving.
Then go and do your job.
Behaving. 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 Behaving.
Fuck a beat. Listen to the words in the damn song.
Where is the light?
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. We're expecting some turbulence with this next ride.
Where is the light?
Special way of behaving.
This is a war.
Where is the light?
Special way of behaving. Special way of behaving.
Don't you have someone to kill?
Where is the light? I needed to see.
This is a war.
Where is the light? I needed to see.
This is a war.
Don't you have someone to kill?
What lies ahead of me? Where is the light?
Don't you have someone to kill?
Where is the light?
I believe in change because I believe in you, the American people. And that's why I stand here as confident as I have ever been that the state of our union is strong. Thank you. God bless the United States of America.
The light, there it shines bright.
right side being raised to bounce far from sight. Though sometimes unseen, it never left the shadow of your dark side. Yin and yang can show a Jekyll and Hyde. So many have tried, cried crystal teardrops that never release them from the ego of pride. Self lies to self, tied and bound to materials that truly don't exist. The power of mankind's sound persists to block Ra, Jah, Allah, Elohim, Yahweh, eye of almighty's God, soldiers from bathing in the mist. The power of the sun's alchemist kiss of the consciousness would insist the darkness must coexist. Within this prism of duality bears the hidden gift, the light.
Where is the light?
Don't you have someone to kill?
Where is the light? Where is the light?
Man, close those human portals. You need to tune in deeper than the mere mortal. Third eye is ready to show you the sacred geometry of the circle, golden ratio of the floor, as your metacarpals hold the quill to translate crown chakra color purple, and its correlation to the flowers, turtles, coral, paranormal, the sleep of the
Marcus Garvey words come to pass. Marcus Garvey words come to pass. Can't get no food to eat. Can't get no money to spend. Oh, can't get no food to eat. Can't get no money to spend. Come, little one, oh, let me do what I can for you. And you, hello. Come, little one, come.
Yeah, that fool is.
Breaking my own property.
What's that?
Yeah.
Nigga, you delinquent. Can I get those in?
Hey, nigga, pay this nigga. He
What's that?
Man, I ain't got your
Here, well, yo, check this out, nigga. What's up, bro? What's that? What's up?
You don't want.
I'll be back, though. I'll be back.
Oh, yeah, you ain't never back.
Yeah, nigga. You know I
never hesitate to put a nigga on his back.
Like that, and I
never hesitate to put a nigga on his back.
Like that, you know I
never hesitate to put a nigga on his back.
Like that, and I
never hesitate to put a nigga on his back.
Don't you have someone to kill? Don't you have someone to kill? Don't you have someone to kill?
And everyone's got a gun. Everybody got a gun. I don't know. Listen, I never seen so many guns. Like, we had a lot of guns, but I never seen so many guns like now, ever. It's like they dropped. It's like they dropped off. Like somebody dropped off crates of guns in everybody's hood. Like it seemed like it was designed for a motherfucker to lose. Like somebody putting all these guns in. Well, you got little kids and everybody got guns. And they don't got just little 22s. And when we was coming up, it was 22s, 25s, 38. Yeah, they got big guns and 30-shot clips and shit. I think that a lot of guys need to die in order to make it better. I think some of these niggas need to get killed. These niggas need to get killed. These niggas need to get killed. And knocked off to get them out the way, make it a better place, because some of them make it a better place because some of them
His own special way of behaving. His own special way of behaving.
When the master gives you something, you take it. He gave you a name. It's a nice name. And it's going to be yours till the day you die. Now, I know you understand me, and I want to hear it. Again! I want to hear you say your name. What's your name? What's your name? Nicky. Say it. Nicky. Who are you? Nicky. Say your name. Nicky. What's your name? Say it again. Say it louder so they all can hear you. What's your name? Nicky. Aye. That's a good nigga. Cut him down.
These niggas need to get killed.
Behaving. Behaving. Behaving.
Aye. That's a good nigga.
The police authority don't like exactly what we do or the way we live. We actually don't like the way that we live. But when you're pushed into a way of life, when you're forced into a way of life, how else can you live?
Yeah, nigga, what's up with all that motherfucking shit you was talking, nigga? Huh? Fuck that, nigga. What's up with all that shit you was talking, nigga? Why you tripping? You a motherfucking lie, nigga. That was you. That was you, nigga. Hey, check this out, motherfucker. What's wrong, nigga? You can't talk with a gun in your mouth. You can't talk with a gun in your mouth. Listen up, nigga. You know Lucifer? Nah. You about to meet him, motherfucker.
Don't you have someone to kill?
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on these nuts and suck the dick. Get the fuck out after ya done. Then I hops in my bitch to make a quick run. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on these nuts and suck the dick. Get the fuck out after ya done. Then I hops in my bitch to make a quick run.
I used to know a bitch named Merrick Wright. We used to roll around and fuck that.
Motherfuckers always wonder why this nigga winding up dead. Why is this nigga dead? It's because motherfuckers out here stupid. They get into it with some motherfucking body. They cross a nigga and we don't watch their motherfucking back. Niggas gon' retaliate. You can't cross a nigga without getting, cause the motherfucker gon' get you right for that.
I ain't running. I gotta get him before he get me. I ain't running. I got my true niggas with me on the strap. I gotta get him before he get me. I ain't running.
Don't you have someone to kill?
I like sugar and I like tea, but I don't like niggers, no siree. There's two known things that'll make me puke. That's a hog eating slop and a big black spook. You know it, cause I show it like a barnyard rooster. I crow it, and the NAACP would sure like to get a hold of nigger hating me. Roses are red and violets are blue and niggers are black, you know that's true. But they don't mind, cause what the heck, you gotta be black to get a welfare check, and I'm broke, no joke. I ain't got a nickel for a coat, and I ain't black, you see. So Uncle Sam won't help poor nigger hating me. Jigaboo, jigaboo, where are you? I was here in the wood pile watching you. Jigaboo, jigaboo, come out now, so I scared of the white man way down south, you know it. Cause I show it, stick your black head out and I blow it. And the NAACP can't keep you away from a little old nigger hating me. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the blackest of them all? A man named King, it ain't no doubt, and he's causing lots of trouble with his baboon mouth. The ruin he's a-doing is caused by the trouble he's a-brewing, and the NAACP can't win if the white men stick with nigger hating me. Hey, Mr. President, what do you say? When are we whites gonna have our day? The niggers had theirs such a long, long time. I'm a white and it's time that I have mine, you know it. Cause I show it, stick your black head out and I blow it, and the NAACP can't win if the white men stick with nigger hating me. Nigger hating me. Nigger hating me. Nigger hating me. Nigger hating me.
Behaving.
Don't you have someone to kill?
Holy shit!
own special way of behaving. Has its own special way of behaving. Behaving.
Mass murder.
Behaving. 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 Behaving.
I hadn't counted on this, but I must say you worked out beautifully. People are terrified of you.
What's new? People have always been terrified.
Yes, but this time they're really intimidated. Now, I'll have carte blanche to create the perfect society. My society. San Angeles will be a beacon of order, with the purity of an ant colony, and the beauty of a flawless pearl.
Look, you can't take away people's right to be assholes. That's who you remind me of. An evil Mr. Rogers. Will you please kill him? It's pissing me off.
Has its own special way of behaving.
Mass murder.
Behaving.
Don't you have someone to kill?
Behaving. Behaving.
Mass murder.
Don't you have someone to kill?
Behaving. Behaving.
Mass murder.
Behaving. 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 Behaving.
Nigga, I had my daughter when I was 15, nigga. It ain't cause you a male, it ain't cause you 15, you supposed to, cause you're young money. You're supposed to. Fuck that shit, nigga. I got raped when I was 11. I got raped when I was 11. I got raped when I was 11, Twist. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I ain't never pressed charge. Never pressed charge. Never pressed charge. I'ma do you like baby them did me. Yeah. I'll never forget that day. Yeah, no, they was all in the kitchen. I was scared. It was cool. There was about this many niggas and shit too in that bit. I'll never forget the word. Suck like Wayne let dick. I'll never forget that day. Suck like Wayne let dick. I'll never forget that day.
Connected to the flag, right? As I'm connected, I'm a gangbanger, man.
Behaving. 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 Behaving.
You had a ship full of African men, women, and children who were at the mercy of the captain and all the sailors on that crew. And those men could have sex with anybody they wanted to. The women, the children, and the men.
You had to see 3 months tied down with these white men. There ain't no women there for the most part, but they start bringing women. They weren't even bringing women. They were bringing girls between the ages of 6 and 15 and raping them all. But they also were raping the men. Same things that happening on the plantation to demasculinize the black man.
Control the slave population is to rape a father in front of his sons, or to take the biggest, baddest black man on the plantation and do something horrible to him to completely humiliate and emasculate him so that people won't respect him anymore. And that still happens to this day.
In the Caribbean, they had seasoning plantations, which were plantations used to break the slaves. And one plantation, or one place that had a lot of seasoning plantations, was Jamaica. And people have to wonder, what were they doing on these seasoning plantations that was worse than what was happening on the regular plantations? Well, one thing that they were doing on these plantations, especially in Jamaica, they were doing a process called buck breaking, where the white supremacist slave owner or the white supremacist overseer would literally rape black men in front of the whole black population in order to break his spirit, in order to break him down as a man, in order to show dominance against him, in order to show the rest of the black population that this is not your leader. I just made your leader submit to me sexually. And this happened a lot in Jamaica. This is why homosexuality is so looked down upon in Jamaican culture today.
And it was a way primarily of cutting down those who would rebel. In other words, it was a matter of power and control and domination. And they would call it buck busting, but it was really butt busting.
Slavery continued until 1865 for about 2 generations, right? So how do you reconcile that? You can no longer bring in Africans, but you still have the business of slavery. So they still needed Africans to do the work down south, especially after the cotton gin was invented. So you had the creation of breeding farms. 2 of the largest slave breeding farms in the United States were on the eastern shore of Maryland and right outside of Richmond, Virginia. They literally bred black people like cattle.
Behaving.
They would have a strong black man have sex with a healthy black woman. That woman could be his mother, his sister, his aunt, his cousin. It didn't matter, because the end product was produce a child that I can sell, bodies that I can sell and ship down to Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. It was a business.
We had breeding farms in the United States that would put one person from one plantation against another. We even had a system where if you were a breeder, male on one plantation, a female on another plantation, or even on the same plantation, even if you were mother and son, they would mate you. And so I tell a lot of my patients and a lot of my friends, you gotta stop using the MF word, because that was a description of what actually happened when the paper bag would go over the head to put one breeder against another when they were related.
It ain't cause you a male, it ain't cause you 15, you supposed to, cause you're young money. You're supposed to, fuck that shit, man. You supposed to, cause you're young money. It ain't cause you a male, it ain't cause you 15, you supposed to, cause you're young money. You're supposed to, fuck that shit, man. You're supposed to. I got raped when I was 11, Twist. I loved it. I ain't never pressed charges. I'ma do you like baby them did me.
Behaving.
Yeah. I'll never forget that day. They was all in the kitchen. I was scared. That's cool. And I was scared. That's cool. And I was scared. That's cool. There's about this many niggas and shit too in that bitch. I never forget the word. Suck like Wayne let that.
So be clear that I love artist development. I actually spend less time with broken artists than I do with artists that are on the verge of breaking. My perverse interest all my life has been my perverse. Crosses that line from obscurity to celebrity. That's interesting to me. And I've seen it go so haywire so many times that I like to be there to help them understand what's important. To help them understand what's important. Like, you understand there's a lot of evil forces out here for young kids. I've touched more rap music than everybody combined. You understand there's a lot of evil forces out here for young kids. I'm interested in. My perverse interest.
Leah, let me ask you this. If an artist is talented, right, but you don't agree with their personal views, does that matter, or is it all about talent?
No, it's all about talent. I respect their personal views, but I can never be silent. I've never been silent. And that's why I've touched more rap music than everybody combined. I've touched more rap music than everybody combined. Never had a security guard. Okay? Because one, I tell bad news faster than good news. Okay? And I tell people when they ask me exactly how I feel. Like, you can't be a rapper and have a cup in front of me. I tell you, that's liquid heroin. You're junkie. Any rapper, come right now, they come with a thing, I have to tell them, because to me, I don't want to, I feel my silence would be complicit.
With all the artists that you work with?
I think that's real, though.
It doesn't matter if I work with them or not. Mm-hmm. If they got a cup, I'm going to tell them they're a junkie and they're hooked on liquid heroin.
That's real.
Would it concern you enough to not work with someone? If they were, say they were in the middle of negotiating with you,
yes,
that
go
make
ahead.
You say, okay, I don't know that I can do this deal.
What?
If you felt like they had a drug problem.
No. It's part of the math in my. It's part of the math in my. It's part of the math in my brain. Nothing good happens with junkies. Okay, because remember, junkie. The definition of junkie means you have to hit a wall to get better. Now, there are many people who have been able to hit the wall and walk away. Mm-hmm. A lot of them don't. So, you know, I don't like giving up people. I don't like giving up people. I don't want to give up on people.
One of the biggest artists you ever had had a real bad drug problem, DMX.
I'm so sad. DMX, there's two people inside of him, and the Earl is one of the nicest people. I put him up in Lake George. Earl loved being silent with a fishing pole. I shit you not. He just would stay on that dock hours and hours and hours and hours. Yeah, very, very sad. You know.
Behaving.
Yeah.
I only know how to speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I got a little short joint I'm gonna hit you with. You know what I'm saying? And it basically reflects on my relationship with the industry. This is what it is. Often my words fall on deaf ears. Motherfuckers be listening but don't hear. Talking to a nigga, he be sitting right here. I be like, where you going? Nigga be like, yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna speak on is the thing that's on my mind the most. You know what I'm saying? The thing that we all gotta deal with every day but don't really know. The industry. The industry. Man, it's not the same. Doesn't have to do with talent. It's about playing the game. The industry. Real niggas is dying to get in. The industry. Just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going dress like this and talk with the bat. The industry got your word meaning nothing. The industry, fuck what you heard because he's bluffing. The industry, money, bitches, hate, but I dare you to try to take a fucking thing off my plate. The industry like, wait! But in the streets we like, get 'em. 17 up in that thing. Get him sleeping, hit him. The industry, if you ain't got a strong mind, the industry will break you down. It's a matter of time. The industry, vultures with nothing to feast on. See me? I'm getting my beast on. The industry, stay in the dirt, play in the dirt, test the wrong one in the industry and you will get hurt. I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry. So I do what the fuck I want because nobody can finish me. The industry, wanted, dead or alive, new artists to sell their souls in the way they survive. The industry don't give a fuck about you, but the industry couldn't make a dime without you. The industry, I'm sick of this industry shit. The industry playing them like a industry bitch. They try to finish me quick, but I am long, so I stand strong. Fuck a beat. Listen to the words in the damn song.
I think the opiate problem, the syrup problem, is the biggest problem that I've ever seen and I've ever faced, and been a part of. And I can't fuck with it. You know, the crack thing was devastating, but at least the rappers were bringing a spotlight to you becoming a fiend. Okay, and I thought that spotlight. Head crack, helped, even though it was harsh and really really rough, particularly on women. But I think it helped change the course of the crack epidemic. I don't know what's this opioid thing, man.
Well, being a crackhead wasn't
would
cool
you-
back then. Being a
What?
crackhead wasn't cool. Now it seems like they're making it cool to be drinking lean and syrup and.
It's the most dangerous. It's the most dangerous thing that's facing our society.
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
I don't think that's hypocritical though. You're saying the
it's
opioid problem's a problem.
opportunistic.
Yeah.
I got people to feed. 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 I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
Who's Dame Dash? You brought him up. I don't even know him. So you bring his name up. I don't even know him. So
y'all made a lot of money together.
Made a lot of
Come
money.
on, don't do that to him.
I don't know him. I really don't.
Dame's been calling him a culture vulture forever.
Listen. When he was asked about that, right? He's gonna say, now this was very telling. He said, "Who's Dame Dash?" He said, "I don't even know him." He said just like that. I don't even know him. Like, to me, that was the epitome
that was fucked up.
of a white man trying to rewrite history. As they always do. Let's just take a SAR and a set out the picture, and I'm gonna give you Zeus and fucking Hera, one of these Greek goddesses and shit. We're just gonna erect who's a SAR? That's what they said. Who the fuck is a SAR? Who's a set? That's what Plato and Socrates and all of these, plagiaristic motherfuckers did to our culture. Since they've come on the scene 6,000 or so years ago. And continue to do shit like this. So to say, who is Dame Dash, when Dame got pictures on his fucking Instagram of you in a fucking headlock.
Who's Dame Dash? You brought him up. I don't even know him. I don't even know him. I don't even know what to tell you. I won't be complicit, but I will. If a guy's super talented, I'm hopeful. I believe that with my help, my efforts, I could help. They told me when Professor Griff went nuts in Montreux, Switzerland, talking about the Caucasus Mountains and monkeys and everything like that. They took every single Jewish executive told me to drop Public Enemy and not work with them. You know what I did? I brought Chuck to the Holocaust Museum. So no, I don't. Problems is problems. I try to fix problems.
When they was like, when they pressed him more about, see, well now you look, some people would say you're a culture vulture and all that.
I feel like shit.
He started saying some shit about, or with artists that have issues. He said, well, how about the time when Professor Griff went nuts and started talking about the Jewish people? And I had all these people telling me to fucking get rid of Public Enemy and all this type of shit. He said, I didn't do that. What did I do? I took Chuck D to the Holocaust Museum.
Yeah. Damn, I need to see this.
Yeah. So
I'm feeling like 85 right now.
So
I'm not born right now. I didn't see this.
That whole thing was so telling to me, and let me explain why. Now, out of all the things that go on in hip hop, right, that are talked about in hip hop, you know, just like your man Eric Benet, this kind of ties in where he's talking about artists that talk about selling drugs and killing each other and, you know, pimping sisters and all of this type of shit are basically, you know, agents for this white insanity. I'm not going to call it white supremacy because there's no such thing. It's called white insanity, and we need to get in the habit of calling it that. Anyway, so there's plenty of that in rap, right? But for him, for this Jewish man, the time in rap when a motherfucker went nuts is when Professor Griff spoke on, you know, the Jewish people, and whatever he was saying at the time was like basically common knowledge. Like he wasn't saying nothing crazy or nothing like, you know what I mean? Like this was shit that Farrakhan and everybody was saying at the time. But somehow some reporter reported Griff saying something about the Jews and jewelry and all this other shit. And basically that led to Public Enemy breaking up. Now, why that? Like, out of all the shit that's negative against black people, why use that Jewish thing as an example of when something went awry in hip-hop? Also, in Professor Griff's rebuttal, which I didn't fully see, but I was reported excerpts of it, he basically said, okay, well, if you were really trying to help, then why did you take Chuck to the fucking museum and not me? I'm the one that said it. Because you didn't really care about fucking trying to educate anybody. You were trying to divide and conquer. Peace to the gods from Charlotte. Keep telling the truth. That's right. Peace to all in. Yeah. So you weren't really trying to educate nothing. That was a divide and conquer move. And let me just say, upon reflection, I believe this guy had a hand in breaking up Brand Nubian early.
Yo, Bill Adler, Leon Cohen, Ron Scola, Moskowitz, Karen Lewis, all the Jews that I was working with at that time, we had mature adult discussions. It wasn't this childish shit like, give me my ball, I'm going home, nobody's gonna play kickball. Because the information that I gave in the interview wasn't from Griff. It was from Jewish scholars. I didn't write it. So it's like, wow, okay.
How did you feel when Flavor Flav came back on under the whole Flavor of Love thing?
You know how I felt. Personally speaking, if you're representing Flavor, then that might be cool, but people don't know you as Flavor. They know you as Flavor from Public Enemy. And I felt you throw me out of the group, Chuck, for talking about what's really going on in the world, using scholarly material, but you let that fly? I'm like, come on, man. Oh, I can't do interviews and tell the truth, but this dude can smoke weed, drink, bag bitches, and all kind of shit? Come the fuck on. Come on. Come on. No. You can be a coon on national TV. Burnt-faced fucking coon on national fucking TV, disrespecting himself, his mama, black people, and Public Enemy, and you let that fly. But Professor Griff stand up for black people and tell the truth about white America and Jewish involvement. But you throw me out of the group. That's how I felt.
When you're 37 years and continuously inventing yourself and winning.
The nigga told me, the record company's the pimp, the artist is the hoe, the stage is the corner, and the audience is the trick.
Don't you have someone to kill?
The record company's the pimp, the artist is the hoe.
People don't, there's a small subset of people that don't like those things. That their fortunes may not have reinvented themselves, that are upset. But like I said, I don't really pay attention to them.
Make a long story short, just to run down my resume really quickly. I created that show called Spring Bling. Artists like Eve, I helped create that image that we see it for now. Even after I left BET, I was Dave Chappelle's stand-in, so I saw everything that happened with him. And to really capitalize it even more, basically, since 1997, whatever has happened in urban America as far as the perception on television and film, I was basically the fly on the wall. So for me and the fellas around me, it was all fun, but we did not know that we were a part of a system. Even going back to what the brother talked about with the homosexuality with the rap, here's the kicker. It's not that the rappers are gay. That's not it. That's a misconception. What it is, it's about control. See, that's what makes it, that's why you see so many buffoons nowadays in television and film, doing things that we know are like, wow, Jamie Foxx, you would say that? Wow, Jay-Z, you would actually sit there and do an anti-Semitic commercial? Because they're in a bond, because see, Jay-Z's not gay. I'll use him as an example. He's not gay, but once you reach a certain level within that weapon of mass destruction, you have to give something up. There's something that you're going to give up because you got to be down with that crew. And how do I know? Because it happened to me. That is why I'm standing here talking right now. I reached a certain level in that station. I was the only producer to ever come as a new kid and create a multi-million-dollar revenue-generating show. I was the only producer in there that artists would come and be like, oh, I need D. Brad to do my show, or that actually helped create an image for artists. So it reached a certain point where now it's time for them to introduce me to the inner workings of this monster that's created. So now you have a rapper who will get turned out by a high-ranking label exec because, well, what you gonna do? I mean, if I want to be a rapper and I walk in and the label exec tells me that this is what I need to do for him, because, hey, he put my album on when I really wasn't that talented. But they pushed me because they saw that I was something that they could sell. So when you bring me in a room and there's my favorite rapper right there who's in the same room, so that must mean he must have committed the same gay act as I did. So at the end of the day, depending on where your level is within yourself, you go do it. You know what I'm saying? So I literally lived the devil taking me up the mountain and saying, you can go to the left, you have all of this. And I was there. It was ritualistically done. The vice president sent his right-hand man to me 3 straight weekends. They do everything in 3s. 3 weekends in a row. Hey, D-Brad, let's go hang out. And every weekend, he kept beating me in the head. Get rid of this Rap City, man. You can do more than Rap City, D-Brad. You can do more than you can come with us. Then the 3rd night, it was the vice president's birthday. They picked me up in a long white stretch limo. We go to Joe's Uptown, up in the Bronx in New York. We go to Joe, we hang in the VIP. Give me everything I want. Then every time we hung out, it was the same way. Then they bring me to the back room. And in the back room, they had this long table with a white sheet set out. I mean, beautiful thing. Looked like the damn Last Supper. On one end is Derek Jeter. There's Stephon Marbury. There's Fat Joe. And I'm chilling. But the whole night, the vice president is on me like this. I'm trying to talk to the model chicks. He's like, nah, D-Brad, come on, sit right here. So then we party, but I'm not a drinker. So if I don't get unnecessary spirits inside of me, we get inside the limo. He drops his right-hand man off quickly. We're in the car, the man standing in the car looking at me like I owe him something now. And I know the look because when I was young, I had the same look for women that I took out. So I know the look, and I know the energy. And while he's doing that, he's sitting there with his legs spread open, rubbing his balls.
I got raped when I was 11, Twist. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I ain't never pressed charge. Never pressed charge. Never pressed charge. I'ma do you like baby them did me.
Now I'm in a situation where I'm like, no, what am I going to do? This is my vice president, this is my boss. But the problem is, I was just raised differently. You understand what I'm saying? I was brought up differently. So for me, I had to turn that away. But with the hell that I caught after that, this is why I don't come down on those who buffoon and sell out, because everybody ain't built for this war. Everybody's not built for that. I've been homeless. I've had my name destroyed. You know, I've had to walk with my head up when I've been dead ass broke. He ain't seen me for like a year because I wasn't coming home when I was broke like that. I was ashamed of myself. I went from being a man to nothing because I would not cross over. As a television producer who was Dave Chappelle's stand-in, which means I did his rehearsals season 1 and 2 of Chappelle's show. I saw what happened to Dave. Dave used to give me advice all the time. And one of the key things he told me was, no matter how much money they offer you, and he said they, as he pointed in my chest, he said, never forget who you are or where you come from. And he walked away from me. And I didn't get it at the time until the nigga left. And I said, oh. And him and Charlie Murphy would tell me the same things all the time. And then I got it. This is a war. And these cats are sorcerers. And we need to take, and I know the words magic and sorcery takes people to make you think that I'm talking about the Eastwick Chronicles or Harry Potter, but this is real. Because it's affecting our babies. So when they see all these signs visually that say 75% of the new HIV cases in New York are blacks and Latinos, it gives them the impression that everybody black and Latino is HIV positive, had AIDS. And I tell people all the time, I'm 35, I ain't never been to an AIDS funeral. This is a war, and these cats are sorcerers. Sorcery takes people to make you think that I'm talking about the Eastwick Chronicles or Harry Potter, but this is real.
Don't you have someone to kill? 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 Kill. And you were doing so well. Now, don't you have a job to do? Huh? Isn't there a thought repeating in that barbaric brain of yours? Don't you have someone to kill? Kill. 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 Don't you have someone to kill? Kill. Kill. Don't you have someone to kill? Kill.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
All right, welcome back. This is Hanukkah Radio, and we have a special guest calling in today, a luminary in our business. And a proud Jew, Leor Cohen, ladies and gentlemen.
Clap it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Leor,
Thank you. I'm so thrilled and honored to be asked to do your radio station, especially on the last day of Hanukkah. L'chaim, shalom.
We are honored to have you.
How can I help you?
Well, Leor, this one of the things we do here is we don't necessarily get too religious and talk about Hanukkah and what it stands for, although, you know, we have gotten into that in the past, but it's more of a celebration of, you know, Judaism and hip-hop, since we are a hip-hop station, and that's what we do, and your roots are definitely in hip-hop.
Jewish people have always been involved in urban cultural arts, all the way back to the early beginnings of jazz music. It's just something that's always happened.
Right.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing that I was lucky enough to be part of this industry, and it was a blessing that people treated me inside and out with so much respect.
27 years and continuously inventing yourself and winning and winning and winning. People don't, there's a small subset of people that don't like those.
This is a war.
That their fortunes may not have, they may not have reinvented themselves, that are upset. But like I said, I don't really pay attention to them.
This is a war. This is a war.
We must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.
If you can't be the sun, be a star. It matters not your size, but how far you allow self to shine. The conviction of the poet's rhyme will free his fellow man every time. Until the end of time, Jah love them who commit no crimes against mankind. Life won't be a crystal staircase, brothers and sisters of mine. I dedicate this spit to Palestine. Take a ride on Gaza Strip. If you're Palestinian, you'll get a light. There's a hollow tip, spray. Babylon chemtrails blocking our ultraviolet rays. White dark magic spells casted. We be locked in a maze. Meant equals to mind. To government's control with false signs and prophets' craze. Black man, free yourself from this mental cage. Biblical school days. Why give praise to your captor's gaze? Here we lay on grass, fresh in the shade. The crops in the valleys and top of the hills. Birthright will from ancestors who too were killed by Babylonian slave masters. One step forward, two steps backward. But then it's a matrix. Babylon don't have their own fruits. That's why it creates destruction within our youth. Because them suffer white displacement anxiety. Brown man colorblind, then create colonized societies. Sodom and Gomorrah cities. Oh, what a pity. Life for the black man keeps getting ever so tricky. Life ain't been no crystal staircase. I say life for me ain't been no crystal staircase. The road's about to get rocky. May I lift you higher. Top of the spit mixed to inspire. get rocky. May I lift thee higher. Crystal stair is supposed to lead to heaven. Wise man of color rolling his dice, snake-eyed, and never 7 or 11.
Life for me. Ain't been no crystal stair.
If a dog is biting a black man should kill the dog. Whether the dog is a police dog, a hound dog, or any kind of dog. If a dog is sick on a black man, when that black man is doing nothing but trying to take advantage of what the government says is supposed to be his, then that black man should kill that dog or any two-legged dog who sicks the dog on.
Should other black men help that particular person who is attacked?
First I was like, I'm not going to jail. I was like, if they try to come get me for something I didn't do, I'm gonna open fire. You know what I'm saying? But I can't do that because it's not just me anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's what they expect. If I have to, if God sees it fit for me to spend time in the cell, if He wants my brain to be inside of a cage, if He's brought me so far from hell to put me here, and now He wants me to go to jail, I'll go. You know what I'm saying? If that's what it's meant to be, I don't think so. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I don't really believe in my heart that I belong in jail. I don't believe I did anything to warrant me to go to jail. And that my mind will be sharper and the venom will be more potent. You know what I'm saying? So they shouldn't send me down. They should really try to, you know, it's like you don't throw more gasoline on the fire and put it out.
We must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.
I think you'll find, sir, that there will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. As other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together. And this type of thinking also will bring an end to the brutality inflicted upon black people by white people. And it is the only thing that will bring an end to it. No federal court, state court, or city court will bring an end to it. It's something that the black man has to bring an end to himself.
Life for me ain't been no crystal stairs. I say life for me ain't been no crystal stairs. The road's about to get rocky. May I lift higher. Atomic spit mixed to inspire. Cause life for me ain't been no crystal stairs. Life for me ain't been no crystal stairs. I say life for me ain't been no crystal stairs.
Discriminators are against the law. But to show you the hypocrisy of the law, when Negroes demonstrate for integration, instead of arresting the discriminators, the law arrests the demonstrators.
The road's about to get rocky. May I lift thee higher.
We must keep moving.
Mixed to
We must keep
inspire.
going.
Cause life for me ain't been no crystal stairs.
We must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. So I'm here to demand another word about anything, about a feeling, anything. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. Releasing the ticket. I was sitting here by state trooper with a nightstick. And in the film, it looked like when they hit you first, it was like dominoes. Right. And people just start trampling over each other. The last thing I remember, I was just out on the ground, and I thought I was going to die. I thought I saw death. And I thought about the Lions protest. And 41 years later, I don't recall how I made it back across the bridge, back through the street, back to the church.
Has its own special way of behaving. 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 Behaving.
Don't you have someone to kill?
Welcome back. This is Hanukkah Radio, and we have a special guest calling in today, a luminary in our business and a proud Jew, Lior Cohen, ladies and gentlemen.
Clap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Lior,
thank you. I'm so thrilled and honored to be asked to do your radio station, especially on the last day of Hanukkah. L'chaim. Shalom.
We are honored to have you.
How can I help you?
Well, Lior, this one of the things we do here is we don't necessarily get too religious and talk about Hanukkah and what it stands for, although, we have gotten into that in the past, but it's more of a celebration of, Judaism and hip-hop, since we are a hip-hop station, and that's what we do, and your roots are definitely in hip-hop.
Jewish people have always been involved in urban cultural arts, all the way back to the early beginnings of jazz music. It's just something that's always happened.
Right.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing that I was lucky enough to be part of this industry, and it was a blessing that people treated me inside and out with so much respect.
This is a war. This is a war. And these cats are sorcerers. And we need to take it. I know the words magic and sorcery takes people to make you think that I'm talking about the Eastwick Chronicles or Harry Potter, but this is real. Because it's affecting our babies. So when they see all these signs visually that say 75% of the new HIV cases in New York are blacks and Latinos. This is a war. War. This is a war. This is a war. This is a war. War. This is a war.
Another example of controlled opposition, Black Lives Matter. A movement that most people think was founded to protest racial injustice and police brutality. What most people don't know is that Black Lives Matter is an LBGT movement funded by a Zionist Jewish billionaire, George Soros. Most people don't think about it, but the entertainment industry is a prime example of controlled opposition. Most major recording labels, radio stations, journalism and print media, television stations are not black owned. And as a result, this industry has been used to promote degeneracy, as a representation of black behavior to the masses.
This is a war.
His own special way of behaving. His own special way of behaving. Has its own special way of behaving. Behaving.
This is a war.
Behaving. Behaving.
War. War. This is a war. This is a war. This is a war.
Has its own special way of behaving. Has its own special way of behaving. Behaving.
This is a war.
Recently stirring controversy on Fox Sports when he said he personally doesn't see racism because so many of his fans are white.
I thought that was clearly a message that there was no such thing as racism.
There was a lot of backlash from people about that. Would you change it, what you said, or you still feel the same way? What's your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
This is a war.
Pop a lot of pain pill. About to put rims on my skateboard wheel. Yeah. Beat that pussy up like Emmett Till. Yeah.
Never has this quiet little cotton-growing community of Mississippi seen so much publicity and so much excitement as in the past few days. Nearly 200 of the town's 500 or 600 residents have packed into the courthouse to hear the day's proceeding.
Do you have any evidence bearing on this case?
I do know that this is my son.
How long do you expect to be here?
Until the trial is over.
Bryant and his half-brother, J.W. Milam, were acquitted by this jury. And subsequently, even though they admitted taking the boy from the house, they were freed of kidnap charges.
The inability to hold anyone accountable for his murder and the comfort with which the men who killed him were able to talk about the violence was just adding to the injury. They weren't just killing a boy. They're expressing something rooted in this decades of animosity and fear and anger.
A boy, a 14-year-old boy, was killed brutally. And one of our objectives here is to see to it that boy, the picture you see there, does not die an inconspicuous death, and that his case will be remembered and don't filthy that about.
These images became powerful forces in organizing a new level of commitment and resistance. The brutal murder of Emmett Till really pushed Rosa Parks to a deeper level of activism. That was one of the motivating forces behind her choice to not give up her seat on that bus. And in many ways, it was an organizing and galvanizing moment for the civil rights movement in this country. These shootings of unarmed black boys and men have been going on for decades. It is a manifestation of this same presumption of dangerousness that killed Emmett Till, that killed thousands of people of color during the lynching era. Imagery and photography is a really important tool. Without the imagery, there would be no one who's prepared to believe some of the violence that we've witnessed.
It's such a gratifying feeling to see you all sitting by and standing by, because I realized shortly after this thing happened that it wasn't a fight that I could do, that it was going to be a fight that we had to do, that the people would do for me, more or less.
We've never made progress in this country around important social justice issues until we've given marginal victims a face. That image still has resonance, it still has power, and I think it still expresses the pain and anguish of a huge part of our population that is still hoping for basic recognition of their humanity.
And I want you all to stand by me because it's going to be a fight. And if you will stand by me, I will stand by you because I am not afraid.
This is a war.
Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves.
This is a war.
And blood at the root, black bodies swinging.
There was a lot of backlash from people about that. Would you change it, what you said, or you still feel the same way? What's your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
Strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees.
What do you mean?
Pastoral scene of the gallant South.
The idea was that there was this movement called Black Lives Matter, thinking that the rest of America didn't seem to understand that Black Lives Matter.
That just sounds weird. I didn't know that you put a name on it. It's not a name. It's not whatever. If somebody got shot by police for a reason. I am a young black rich. If that don't let you know that America understands Black matter these days, I don't know what it is. Don't come at me with that dumb man. My life matters, especially to my.
Do you separate yourself from it?
I feel connected to a damn thing that ain't got nothing to do with me.
For the rain together, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rise, for the tree to drop. Here is a strange and bitter.
Its own special way of behaving. Behaving. Its own special way of behaving. Its own special way of behaving. Its own special way of behaving. Way of behaving. Its own special way of behaving.
Stay on point, cause the night cloaks nocturnal creepers. Many fall victim to the sleeper's hold, struggling for air to breathe through the nose. Your limbs have stiffened and gone up cold, suffocating by this disease called crime, laid out as a model for another chalk line. If you're not careful, these times can pollute your mind. Homie points a pistol at your head and says, what's yours is mine. Tells you he's the mastermind of your worst nightmare. Says he wants to cap your ass, hoping, scared you and pissing in your pants. The world's a beast and she sings, you dance. This is the real deal, not no harlequin romance and friends. Can't crack under pressure, cause this would be his pleasure. At arm's length would be a coincidental measure before the bullet falls into the chest.
Has its own special way of behaving. Its own special way of behaving. 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 Behaving.
This is a war.
Don't you have someone to kill?
Another example of controlled opposition.
Niggers and leaguers, get out of the way. Born of the night and banished by day. No nations have we, but the flesh of a man. And love takes its best of Ku Klux Klan. It's time, let's hide!
I hate black people. They're the worst. They're stinky, and they just suck. They're just bad people. If you notice over there is a box of Jordans. The favorite pair of shoes for a black man. I'm going to show you what I think of a black man. Fuck all niggers.
Behaving.
locate a white man too. Run, nigga, run, will the federal get you? Run, nigga, run, well, you better get away. Some folks say nigga won't see you. I call playing my conceal. Run, nigga, run, will the federal get you? Run, nigga, run, well, you better get away. One had a bushel and one had a peck. One had a rope snare around his neck. Well, run, nigga, run, will the federal get you? Run, nigga, run, well, you better get away. Hey, Mr. Federal, don't catch me. Catch that nigga behind that tree. Run, nigga, run, will the federal get you? Run, nigga, run, you better get away. Nigga, run so fast, over his head in the hornet's nest. Run, nigga, run, will the federal get you? Run, nigga, run, well, you better get away. Nigga run through the field like they caught him by the heel. Run, nigga, run, will the federal get you? Run, nigga, run, well, you better get away.
We become poets in an attempt to tether words to righteousness, our notebooks to social consciousness. Sitting cross-legged and anxious in wingback chairs, we sip lattes to news of regimes, firing American artillery into crowds of folk, their bodies pickled by the sun. They line streets in countries we never think about, and we suck our teeth and ask a thesaurus to become a machete. And as romantic as pacifism is these days, I dream of dictators falling headfirst into karma and forget to be afraid. If I could write this shit in fight, I would write this shit in fight. This ain't poetry, it's rage unmuted, a verb, a means, an end. This is my body, this is a sacrifice, this is an offering. This is Sankofa and Amanla, Southside Chicago and Compton, California, Red Hook Projects in Jersey, Roosevelt Projects in Brooklyn. This is severed hands, clubs against flesh, black boots to pregnant bellies. This is sterilizations, inoculations, leg irons and chains, the bit, the noose. This is a war cry. Tell Massa I'm coming back, carrying fire in my knapsack. Tell him I'm Patrice Lumumba, Stephen Biko, Fred Hampton, Fannie Lou Hamer. Tell them they have been born again in me. Tell them I found my mother tongue buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Tell them this shit ain't no poem. This is me running naked from sugarcane and cotton fields, having dropped my crocus sack. Tell him he can call me karma. I'm refreshing the bones, a witch, a root worker, a sorceress, a priestess, a gangster. Tell him this is the result of segregation. Tell him this is the result of integration. Tell him I have never been invisible. Tell him he has never been invincible. Tell him I'm gonna melt the barbed wire in steel bars of prison yards. They gon' flow over him like lava. I am returned. I am bloodthirsty. I am fangs and hooks and swollen feet in welfare lines. The gauntlet thrown down, lines drawn in the sand. I am apocryphal. Historical deletions gathering themselves up and into textbooks. I am the niece of exploitation on a rice and pancake box. Come to collect the royalties for Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. I am a line of smoke, a rain dance. The tomahawk used to kill the first invader. The streets of Benghazi popped in prayer beads and shell casings. The juxtaposition of faith and savagery. Tell him I'm African wide hips and American bulimia. Peace symbols affixed onto assault rifles. It is the deepest kind of contradiction. If I could write this shit in fire, I would write this shit in fire. Tell Massa I'm coming back. Howl in the wind, I'm coming back. Burr in your heel, I'm coming back. I'm coming back, Massa. I'm coming back, Massa. I'm coming back.
self-awareness,
Yes.
self-realization, self-actualization, and selfless service. You see, the highest service you can render is to wake up another person from his slumber. Most people have already been programmed. They've been conditioned, brainwashed, indoctrinated, and so many human beings are comatose, psychologically dead. So if I'm able to wake you up, that is the most highest service I can render. Then you can also go deep and you wake up another. Then it becomes like domino effects. If you are fully awakened, then I don't even see you by your skin color. I see you as my sister from the same mother. Mother Earth, Mother Nature, or the Cosmic Father, okay? Now, you see that? So in essence, in order to wake up your intellect, then you require the science of meditation, contemplation, introspection, self-analysis. Go deep, then the mind can evolve to the apex, to the pinnacle. See, for you to actualize that you are part of God and you are only here to do God's work. See, President Kennedy once said, here on earth, God's work should be our work. So if you love God, then you have to wake up and wake up everybody on the planet. That is what we are here to do, Ariana. My name is Kwame Fosu. I was born in Ghana, but I'm not from Ghana. I'm a child of the universe. I'm now based in the Bronx. I've lived here for 30 years. I want Ariana to organize lectures so that we can start a renaissance movement, a new renaissance for the children of the universe to wake up that everything you are searching for is deep within. Know thyself, to thy own self. True. Amen.
Wow.